Alrighty, good tidings, friends. Here's to hoping everything is set up correctly and actually working. I'm gonna wait to, properly get into things until I see that it's actually streaming, because I'm not convinced that it is. It's telling me that it is on OBS, and yet it is not popping up on... Oh, no, there it goes. Alright, cool. So, and I have my now ad-free music, set up. So, which I will mute so I can... Actually, no, I'll just lower that volume. But what up, y'all? So today, last time we did an art stream, I did, some, Flaylay stuff, and I thought if I did an art stream again, I had plenty of Flaylay plans. Oh, excuse me, I just wolfed down dinner. Oh, and my phone is not muted. Good job, self. But I've been having a whole lot of fun doing custom duel discs for, some of my other, Yugi bros. And, so I figured that I could stream doing that, since that was an art, thing that we could do, and because we are interrupting Duelist of the Rose for this. Then friend, unfortunately, is, feeling under the weather, as well as, mostly it's because college, school stuff started again, and we're all busy. But, I'm here to bring you some more card game adjacent content. So yeah. Now the question is, and I was hoping I'd have a little more, interaction with people at the start of the stream, but that's fine. What, archetype to do. I wanna stay away from any anime archetypes, because later, at least, a lot of characters have custom duel discs to go with their archetype already. Although a couple of the earlier ones have that too. So I was going through, and the one that Ven seemed the most taken with when I was talking to him earlier was, doing Skull Servants. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I was considering Shadal, and if I go through this super fast somehow, I'll start Shadal also. I don't anticipate it, because I'm about to draw a lot of really tedious, annoying bones. But, we'll do some bony boys. And as you might have noticed at the beginning here, I had some, references pulled up. So, this is a pre-made base that I have. I ripped, this arm off of, I can show you here what the original is. It's transparent without this. From a Kazuki Takahashi art of all of the duelists with their, I can show part of the original. It's all the pro tags, arms, just as a base, and so that I have something to sort of size off of. And then this is just, a card back to be sure. When I did my first one, which you can see here, which I'm very proud of, I did fuck up a little bit and had to, scale everything up at the end, because I brought in a card, for reference, and was like, oh, that is too small. But anyway, so the way I've been doing these is I'll do a blue, rough draft layer for the general design, and then go in on different layers to flush it out. So let's bring up, and I'll just I'll copy images of the original card art. Oh, whoops, that is the thumbnail file for this episode, which those I do in Photoshop. But yeah, I'll just make another little folder for refs. So that I can, and sometimes I'll color pick off of them too. I'm not worried as much about that for Skull Servants, though. Skull Servants, also one of the other reasons I want to do these boys, is because, for some reason, oh, late to the stream and confused. Hello Adonis, it's not too late to forever hold your peace. If you have a suggestion for an archetype for me to do a new duel disc of, I am happy to take suggestions before I officially start, since I I was lonely at the beginning here. I went with my default that me and Ven had settled on, which was the Skull Serpent archetype, because spooky, scary skeletons. Also, for some reason, they're getting new support. They're still getting new support. They got new support today in the new booster pack that dropped today. For reasons I cannot begin to fathom. Go for it. Okay. Well, I say that, and yet, like, they're spooky, scary skeletons. Everyone loves spooky, scary skeletons. So I'm just copying over some different, ref images now. I did this similarly. I've done one. The one that's the thumbnail is actually what I made for Adonis, because the deck that he's currently running is Constellars, not Constellars, Selenites. I always default to saying Constellar. Yeah, here's the Skull Serpent 2020 card. I don't want to like use someone else's graphic for the base, and yet I might like I might do it because I'm really lazy. But yeah, no, white baking. Here, let me just search the name of the card. They keep getting a weird pun. Like, someone explain this to me. What's happening? I have so many questions. Oh, I think there's other Skull Serpent support, but I think that's good enough for now. We're the Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, shit. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro open for this specific reason, so that I can look up the cards that I need. I figured I'd leave the whole process. I was considering doing Ojamas earlier, even though I didn't want to do anime stuff, because there is no Ojama dual disc, obviously. Actually, is there? From that one time with Majome? I know he had, like, a bodysuit. I don't know why I have a deck just named Hell. Like, I legitimately don't know. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for this. Type zombie. Thank you. Alright. Where's... Let me just type a bone in here, because I know the card that I'm thinking of is Soul Absorbing Bone Tower, and... How is that not... That's not the card I was thinking of. Can I make it so it's just effect? I can't make it so it's just effect. I know he's like a 3 or 4 star master. He's like called Zombie Master or some master, I think. Alice is coming up with everything that has zombie in the card text. There it is! The white baking! Skeleton Princess Cologne. That's what that looks like. What the fuck is the card I'm thinking of? He's like this little fun-looking necromancer dude summoning some zombies in the card art. I guess it's not that important. I probably don't need it, but now I'm determined this is what you all want to watch, is me scroll through Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro very, very slowly. Oh my gosh. Aha! Here we are. Yes, his name is Zombie Master. This makes sense for reasons, I promise. Whoops. Provided I can fucking type. Here we go. Copy image. A creepy looking doll thing. This is where, creepy looking doll thing on a desk. Shit. That'll be a while back with the lag. I'm so sorry. I love Tatsuneko. Ah, I live off of bad zombie puns. Now I'm just going through everything. So I think there is, like, actually, it'll take a while to see. I apologize. I think they did make, like, a little zombie princess that's in the archetype-ish. Alright, let's spread these boys out so I can see what I'm doing better. Hi, Lady in White. You don't need to be that big. So I'll just occasionally, whoops, bop up, turn this folder on and off as I'm drawing for reference reasons. I have so many questions about the new card. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep seeing it and be like, but why though? Alright. So, okay. I'm trying to get the inspiration, because I've done no pre-planning for this. Isn't like the Sora one where, like, I was basically done, so you're getting not done, but, like, I was, like, halfway through it. By the way, that Flaylay is done, and I'll be posting it on the Patreon and stuff for things. I mostly brought in Zombie Master for palette reasons, because he has lots of good purples. So I'm thinking, like, now I sound like Cecil from Night Vale, but that seems topical. We have a lot of that purple flowy on the original Skull Servants, and then, alright, like, we want to get that, like, creepy, this is just a sketch layer, so it's gonna look really dumb for now, but, like, get a, spooky, like, skeleton hand going on here for the deck holdery part, kind of thing. That makes sense, I promise. And then we're gonna have that resting on kind of like a circle thing with some small bones coming up like this. It's a very DM era kind of shape to it compared to some of the other dual discs. Also, like, I'm sorry that we're a Yu-Gi-Oh channel now, I guess, apparently. Not that sorry, but sorry enough. Yeah, that's good. That gives a nice spot for the graveyard in the back, too. Oh! Adonis, bless you. He sent it in a screenshot. This. I'm gonna... I love her. She is a little princess. It's under the Skull Servant search, not in the... I should have done something like had a Skull Servant. Oh yeah, there's this boy too. The White Prince. I think it's really, yeah, here we go. This is what he was talking about. I love the skull puppies. There's a lady in white in the background. This is adorable. It's just wholesome skeleton content. Yeah, no, it's not exactly Princess Clo, but, like, it's the same energy. It's wholesome skele princess. if I see if it's a Skull Servant card, so if I do Skull Servant, oh right, I could have done this from the beginning. Oh, is she not official or is she OCG or something? Oh no, there she is. White Princess, literally, that's the card. I love her. And White Prince, this is just so adorable. I love them. Um, I'm way too excited about Skull Servants. But your tall daughter is a skeleton. How? Oh. All right. So. Okay. How do we want to connect? Like. It's all gotta be made out of bones. I gotta just bring up. Hold on. It's back to Reference Town real quick. It's time. Skeleton art reference. Por favor. Yes, thank you. Yes. Show me that spooky, scary skeleton. Thank you. Let me look at all them bones. Collarbone? Yeah! Yeah, no, that... I'm trying to imagine the connection to the actual and how to design the card playing surface for this. So I just wanted to look at some different types of, like I haven't used a rib cage or a spinal column. Things weren't in my nog. My brain was, because the actual skull servants you don't see a lot. I guess, should I have the hand or should I have like a skull face? That'd be way better than the hand. I was thinking a hand, but like, this is, so a lot of these I've been doing top down, and I haven't done any side views of them because most of them haven't really needed it. I almost did one for Ven. He runs aromas, so I made an aroma one. It's and I wanted to do a side view, but I also was really lazy and didn't do that in the end. And like this one and the Neos one I did for another friend are, you don't really need the side view, but like if you had like this as just a skull and the cards are coming out of the mouth, like how cool is that? Like, tell me that. Yeah, no, that's what we needed. That's just objectively the correct choice. I don't make the rules. Exactly. Okay, I don't need that anymore. I still like the little bones around like that. On a, cause this'll probably be like, ah! That was the wrong fucking tool! When you try to get the eraser and then you hit W instead, like a noob. So, like that. Oh, yeah, no, I got it. Because then you have, like, your arm bone here. And you have it. God, I just picked, like, the hardest fucking thing to draw. But you have the hand holding another bone. Top of the draw, the spots of the deck, the bottom draw. I mean, the bottom of the draw could be the graveyard. I like putting the graveyard, like here in the back, behind, where the deck goes. I know, like, in the traditional dual disc, it's, like, here, I believe, right? Yeah. On some of the other newer dual discs, it's in weird places, like the fucking, all of the Zexal dual discs have, like, the deck on its side, like this, on a holster, like here. So, and then we get some nice, big, leggy boys. Because it's skull, you gotta have the humor, you have to have the spooky bones, but you also gotta have the humor for the skull servants, right? And boy, yes, I'm so happy. I'm so unnecessarily happy for how stupid this is. Um, that being said, I'm gonna try and, so you have your arm bones. Uh, we're gonna, like, do these as, like, little vertebrae boys, right? We're gonna have that joint, and then we're gonna have vertebrae all around, I'm thinking, to get that surface. To get something nice and round. And then let's see. Could easily have like a mini rib cage for the wrist attaching part, but that's not gonna get seen in this one. The hand is holding the leg bone. Like a club more than a whip, but yes. I'm trying to think what if I like that, or if I wanna. Well, okay, so there's that, and then I have to figure out how to. Cause that gives you the I don't want to call it the spine, but the spine of the part that you put the. No, technically, in a lot of the other designs I did, I kind of cheated. Like, there's an assumed place to put magic cards, but it's not like explicitly drawn like it is here. That's a thing that happens with the later ones. Excuse me. So I like the idea of it holding the leg. Let's look back at our skeleton. I mean, we might have to use a ribcage there actually. Or just finger bones coming out. Like, rather than having the foot, which does make the knee. I mean, my elbows, I'm doing it even though there's no camera, damn it, are super, a lot of my joints are double jointed. When your friend in the skull servant family skips leg day, so you take his leg for a day. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so glad. Did the music stop, or is it just really quiet? It's just really quiet. Okay. Um, Now, this might need to go a little further this way to compensate for the fact that, you know, because, like, this is the DM dual disc that's sort of my general shape reference. But you can see that it's gonna fall differently. Adjust. Do like that. Only, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm just gonna have to. There are a lot of dual discs with like that kind of shape on it. You might want to have. Well, nah. And this should be the thumb specifically. Ah, that should work. Yeah. All right. So, gonna whoops. Do that. Actually, for this, the deck is going to be at the bottom for pretty much most of the drawing. For a lot of the other ones, I have to have like some layers over the deck and some layers below the deck. We can get to drawing some shit. Although I am going to look up a reference for like a top-down view of a skull. No, like the skull, like not the head, the skull. That's something. Hey! That's a they, not a she, but thank you. Alrighty. Let's see. Because I should probably start with that centerpiece. I'm probably gonna have to redo the lines for it later. Let's get that arm not fully trans. There we go. Because getting this at the actually correct angle is gonna be a ditch and a half. So this'll get reworked later, but I gotta have the like basics of it in. This is probably like the hardest, most ambitious of the dual discs I've done so far, ironically. Okay. That is super sketchy and probably shouldn't be. Alright. Where are those arm bones at, though? Alright, I'm picking up what you're putting down there. Alright, and... See, now I'm getting quiet because I'm having to think hard about an anatomy. It's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a really cheaty anatomy, to be fair, but it's Skull Servants. I think they'll forgive me. Okay, that needs to come in a little bit. That's better. There we go. And then... Okay. we're gonna get that up. There we go. We're gonna fix that bullshit, because that just doesn't make any sense. There we go. Alright. How many reference tabs are we going to open? The answer is all of them. If the skull servant doesn't do their chores, they become skull mangle for the day. Oh my god. What was it? Oh, hand bones. Okay, I need like the hand and wrist joint area though. That'll do. There we go. Alright. So, again, this is going to be a little cheaty. We're going to just give the essence of wrist. We're not going to get all those boys exact in there. I am far too impatient for that shit. Alright. That should look enough like actual wristbands. And so then did I draw that backwards? Yes, I did. Fuck. How much do I care about actual anatomy? Actually, how easily can I fix that? Welcome back to my bad singing, when I fuck up at drawing stream. That's what this really is. There we go. There we go. Nope, still not. That should be fine. Alright. No, I still don't like it, actually. We're gonna just... That's better. There! That's nice. That's much better. Okay. Okay. Or do they fall in the... Yeah, it's fine. It's good enough. Keep having to tell myself to stop tryharding on the bones. Alright. See, this is what I get for not doing quite as much detail in my sketch layer, is going in and redrawing these. That's okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, I like the field spell circling around. Oh, that's delightful. That is positively delightful. Alright, when we're gonna do this next part on a different layer because I don't hate myself. Alright. So this whole thing is probably gonna have to go this way a little bit. I meant to put it that way a little bit, and then I didn't do that like a dumbass. That's fine though. Let's look at those leg bones, of which I should probably know the names of, but I don't. Alright. There we go. That's better. Okay. And it'll be a little bit of a stubby leg, but I mean, who's keeping count of that? Although that thing I, like, literally just said about needing to make it come over, I didn't do that, now did I? Are you gonna fucking cooperate with me, bitch? There we go. And then... that... we're gonna just do what we want. We're just gonna tell anatomy to take a back seat for a hot fucking second. No. One of my favorite features of Fire Alpaca is the ability to do this easily, so I can kind of get a better angle to draw really long straight lines like this with. That's a little better. I'll take that. Actually, no, I will not take that. There we go. A lot of this is just going to be me repeatedly Control-Zing the same line over and over and over again until it looks nice. And I apologize for that. I don't know why I'm worrying about the accuracy of bone anatomy on a bone dual disc. Like, we're already so many states away from... Ooh, no, that's too thin. Let me make that boy a little bit more thick. There we go. That's better. There we go. Who's a good weird bone, leg bone thing? There we go. That's better. Alright. Okay. I might need to elongate that. No, you know what? I really don't like it. It just doesn't look right. I'm gonna just... It's not the right angle for it. I don't think it would actually show up. So we're gonna just do that. There. There we go. That boy a little longer. That should help. Alright. And layer number 3 for the Fingy Boys, because the Fingy Boys are Screw Anatomy. We have card games. Correct. I have a different... Okay. So... And now, watch as I completely ignore where I drew these the first time. We want just the fingers, not the hole, so we just want that part. That was... I don't know what that shape was, but it was not a bone shape. And then... Alright. See, that didn't do what it was supposed... It's fine. It's fine. I just scooch them over. That's why I do them on a different layer, so I can just, you know, cut and slide easier without worrying about the integrity of the thing that it's attached to. And I'll merge layers down later, too, if I need to make coloring easier. But... And this one is. There we go. But, all this is really accomplishing is making my wrist very sore because of the amount of very tiny, precise lines I have to do. Actually, I need to redo that because I need it to be bent the other way. That makes sense. Like, it was curved this way, it needs to be curved that way. I promise. These are happening pretty organically. I picked something more organic, thinking that it would be easier. But I picked, like, the worst kind of organic. It's not actually, like, the kind of organic that's easy. Ah, yes, a sand dual disc! I'm so glad! Thank you! Oh, delightful. Alright. I think in bone, the thumb doesn't look too much differently other than the orientation of things. So we'll see if we can evoke thumb bone with this boy, but we might not be able to. It's been a while, Akashi. It's good to see you. Welcome to one of our interim art streams where they exist now. It's a thing we do now sometimes. Oops. Nope, nope, nope. That needs to come over this way more. It does not evoke thumb. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Alright. So, let's... Yeah, no, no, that's... It got too large. It's part of the problem. Maybe it'd help if my sketch layer here wasn't literally just incoherent scribbling. Anytime you play a card on that dual disc, Megalovania begins to play. That's exciting! Congrats on your foray into streaming heck. It's been hectic for everyone. So I got you, fam. We were supposed to be doing Duelist of the Rose again, but we had really bad technical difficulties with it last stream. Which is one of the reasons why we haven't actually done another stream of it yet. Because we haven't had time to fix. Like, it's not like the problems are going to be unfixable. We just haven't had time to deal with them. Stupid. Well, we fixed one, which was the fact that the keyboard just stopped connecting to our computer for no reason. Because, you know, we need that computer for everyday use, but... There we go. That's better. That looks like a thick thumb boy. Alright. Okay, and then down here I will do the connection lines. Oh wait, I don't want to do those yet, actually, because I might slide those around more. Oh. Oops! That's fine. I accidentally saved this onto the dual disk base, file. I can just delete it, save it again, and delete the layers. We're gonna say dual disk. Skull servants. There we go. Do that correctly. Alright. Let's deal with the hell. The dumbest thing. Deal with vertebrae hell. By the end of this, I'm just gonna have, like, a tab for every bone in the human body, I swear. And now I'm on a watch list. This seems like a thing that's actually pretty normal to Google, because, like, I have back problems, and would find this relevant to my interests, like... I just want to talk about the fact that that vertebrae drawing looks like an uncomfortable centipede, and I don't like it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, so we want... Okay, so I'm gonna start, like, here with this. Okay, so we're gonna do this for all of them. And then try and Evoke fucking vertebrae. You should really be doing these, like, switching back and forth references on a sketch layer and then tracing over them, but that's for people with far more patience than I have. Alright. So that's vertebrae-y looking. Those need to be bigger. Oh no, that's the right proportion. Whoop! What did I do? What did I do? I accidentally deleted a layer with my hand. Apologies for my voice going to like an octave only dogs can hear. Alright. Also, what I need to do real quick to be sure that this is done right is, and we're just gonna like do this in purple, I guess. Nope, that's the wrong. There we go. Okay, we need that, but like over a little bit. There we go. Well, now that I have a perfectly round circle, I can just reposition it instead of trying to. Why am I? Oh, I did that on the wrong layer. All right. See, we want like there. All right. And then play a game called What Layer is the thing I want on. All right. Let's see how feasible doing it this way is. Oops. Because we have pretty, the discs are a little, are thick enough to do that. I have a herniated disc. It is extremely painful all the time. I need to go back to fucking black. There we go. I'm gonna keep trying doing it this way and seeing if it works good. And if it doesn't, which it keeps, like, the angles keep needing to be, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to draw them all by hand. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Whoop! That was the wrong thing that I got rid of. Hold on. Now I'm scared that I got rid of bad things. Okay. It doesn't help that that one is, like, not, I don't think, technically in the correct spot. That's okay, though. What do I do? Say it's in the wrong spot. What do I not do? Move it to the right fucking spot, because that would be for a person with more of a brain cell than me. Like, I could make things easier for myself, but I'm not. One of these boys is just gonna have to have that thin taper, otherwise it's not gonna get correct. There we go. Whoop. I thought that was the eraser. Oh, it's so hot in here. Okay, kicking off a blanket, and I've unplugged my computer, and it will probably die if I do not plug it back in, but I don't know where the... There it is. It went with the blanket. Alright. Oh my gosh. It's so hot. It's very, very cold outside, and our heat is a little spotty, so I have a, little, electric space heater running, but because the door is shut, the heat is getting trapped and it probably needs turned off now. I'm going to keep talking about this in the off chance that Ben is actually listening and will come into this room and turn it off. I know he's busy, but... Okay, that looked like nice, but not what we needed. We need them all to do that. Ugh. Oh, I'm so tired of drawing vertebrae. Why did I want to do it this way? I wanted to do it this way because it'll look really cool when it's done, but also, ow, my arm. Like, I don't know why I keep drawing these lines in the wrong curvature orientation. Like, it's not going to need to be in that orientation that I have been drawing it in this whole time. Do I need to do anything fancy there? Because I'm trying to imagine, like, the depth of it. I'm gonna stop it there and then pick it up over here, I think. And I can fill it in if I change my mind later. Oh my gosh. Alright. Whoops, that's not the part that needs to be erased. I don't need to erase anything yet. I'm gonna let that... I'm gonna put that line there in case I need it, but I probably won't. Erase it later. Whew, okay, that is one toasty laptop on my stomach. Okay. And then I'm gonna have to... Oh, why did I pick something so tedious? It's gonna look cool and badass, but oh my god. It's already been an hour. I've done other ones of these so much fucking faster than this. Also, let's just check in without the sketch layers and backing real quick. Yee. Okay. That, I don't know how that looked to other people. I can see where it's going. It does look more vertebrae shaped now that I have like multiple of these little like doodad bits. Before I was like, man, that doesn't quite look like a vertebrae, but like I copied the shape as best I could, so I'm gonna have faith in the heart of the spine, I guess. So I actually, with all the new Skull Servant support, I mean, I know it wouldn't be super viable in a serious situation at all, but I'd love to make a new Skull Servant deck. I have something on Yu-Gi-Oh! It's Edo Pro now. On there with called Good Old Fashioned Zombies. That's an old I know they made a lot of, I don't know if anyone else here actually plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides Adonis and will understand any of me talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta. But I mean, so I'd imagine that some people, even if it's not our regular people who might click on this video, might get a kick out of that. So no, I've gotten back into it for the first time since like 2000. We dated it. We dated it based off of our card packs when we were sorting our cards. I think the last time I bought a new card pack was roughly 2015 or 2014. And I fell out of it then because that's when I first graduated college, so I didn't exist. And then I say first graduated college, like I graduated multiple times. That I only graduated once. But I got super busy, and then by the time I went to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, the everything changed when the Link Monster Nation attacked, and the format changed, and all of my decks weren't just like not viable in the meta, but like not legally playable anymore because the actual core rules of shit changed because of the new format. And so it was like, I'm not investing in a Link deck to be able to play my old cards, because that was the thing that Yu-Gi-Oh had above Magic. Magic the Gathering always has new seasons, and you can only play like the most recent cards officially. I mean, there are tournaments for older shit if that's what you want to do, but it's locked in by season to balance things, basically. But it's like, if I wanted to do that, I'd go play Magic the Gathering. I don't like that. I want to be able to play my fucking Skull from fucking 1994. Not that that's what I was running at the time, mind you. I was running a weird Malefic fusion deck. Not fusion, like... That was a bad way to describe that, because it did not have fusion monsters besides the monsters I needed to get rid of for the Malefics. A Malefic Xyz Earthbound deck. But finally 2020, the one good thing that happened in 2020, and it happened right around my birthday too, was that they returned the format back to normal so that, you know, you're allowed to use extra deck monsters again, without you doing the Link Zone bullshit. Because when you introduce a new card and then be like, by the way, you can't summon any of these other older cards without first summoning this new card. That's a little douchey there, Konami. But they realized the error of their ways and fixed it. So I'm a happy camper and am going ham back into Yu-Gi-Oh. Into the actual card game. I mean, I never really left the anime fandom. I'm always going to be card game trash on some level. But I've been looking at all of the cool things that have come out since I stopped playing. Mostly because I've also gotten into Duel Links for the first time, too, which I don't know what happened, because I tried to get into it way earlier, and I put it down, and I don't remember why. Like, I literally have no memory as to why I stopped playing, but I know I was, like, angry about something. But I can find nothing to be, like, ragey about. Ha! Not ha ha ha. Bad character name puns. Excuse me. Now that I'm playing it now, but it's encouraged me to look at some of the newer cards that have come out and stuff, rather than my personal hoard. And, they've given a lot of, the zombie type. Like, there's just so many more zombie archetypes, and different things you can do with zombie cards. Back in my day, like, if you wanted to play zombies, like, remotely competitively, you had Plague Spreader, and, like, that was your option. And that made me sad, because, like, that was, like, I mean, I love zombies, but that wasn't exactly my zombie aesthetic. Because, like, it was really just, and then you summon a big dragon, it's just a zombie dragon. And, yeah, see, people will, I'm talking without thinking of, realizing that other people actually keep track of the like, I guess, meta the way I do, because I always think about, like, which anime was running when these cards came out. I played, competitively when Zexal was airing, and stopped right at the beginning of Arc 5. So, and I never did super well or anything. I won one of my locals once with a really bullshit deck that had no right to win. It was such a good day. That was, I looked at Gimmick Puppets, and I looked at Cybers and went, you're both machine monsters, let's see if it works. And for some reason, it did. I'd either brick or get Cyber Chimera Tech out. And with the 2 out of 3 rules at the locals, the bricking didn't matter. So, I'd like to apologize to everyone at those locals, for that bullshit, because you probably deserve to win. Oh, it was such a dumb deck. I loved it so much. That was just, I was blessed by RNGesus that day. But, and if you've played since GX, they're doing right now, Konami got smart, too, when they realized the mistake that they made. They've been giving a lot of support to, old archetypes that, from the anime, or just older archetypes that people were fond of, and printing new cards for them. So, the new booster pack, which came out today, which is called, it's not burning. Bursting? Vortex? I have it open in a tab, probably. Blazing Vortex! I keep doing that, I don't know why. I'm like, fire word, burn? No, not burn, different fire word. Blazing Vortex, has new cards for Monjome? Or Chaz, if you watched the English version, no judgment. I will switch between referring to characters by their English and Japanese names at the drop of a hat, and I apologize for that. Like, in the same sentence. It's really dumb. But, no, because there was a Thunder Dragon archetype, and I always went, this was made after Honchome Thunder existed. It is a crime that he is not allowed to have it. And they've made Thunder Dragon versions of his armed dragons, and that's one of the things releasing, as well as a new Ojama card. Because they were like, it's 2021! You know what we're going to make support for? Fucking Ojamas. Why not? That looks dope as fuck. I'm really happy with that. That was so much work. Alright, we're gonna make like a flat plate bone that's gonna look a little shoulder bladey here. For the cards to rest on. That. There we go. We can connect those vertebrae ways to that too. I need to check, what is the last vertebrae? Just want to know how to like make the ones on the end look. And the answer is to do this. There we go. What layer is that on? Okay. But, I, for one, am happy about the Ojama support. I like me some Ojamas. Can I help you? I'm sorry, my cat is doing something on the top bunk. I don't know what, but I felt her committing crimes. It's her favorite spot because it makes her very tall. See, that doesn't... Skeleton anatomy is kinda weird, 'cause they don't have fleshy bits that we use to do things like hold things. I was filling the silence with rambling about card games, and then I just got really quiet for some reason. I also kept getting distracted from my original point, which was wanting to talk about all the new zombie archetypes. That, some of which I'm sure aren't really that new, but like, cause it's exciting to me, cause like, don't get me wrong, Plague Spreader is nice, it just wasn't my aesthetic, and like, I have a dope vampire deck now, cause they gave one of the, some really old cards that were like kind of a pseudo archetype and that like they match and had matching names and aesthetic, but they didn't like have effects that helped each other or anything. And like they gave them some new cards, and so now they're a group, and I really like that. It gives like it lets you play the cards you're emotionally attached to. And like if I went to a big kid tournament, yeah, I'm sure I'll get wrecked. I get wrecked all the time on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro with my vampire deck, but or not Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, on Duel Links. I'm doing okay right now in the KC Cup. I'm not doing like completely horrible, but I'm not gonna get very far. I know that. I don't have the money to make a deck that would actually. Well, it's less pay to. The pay to win isn't that bad on that. But I don't have the patience to like do what I would actually need to make a deck that would actually do really well, if that makes sense. And I just rotate a boy a little bit there. And the only reason my vampire deck is good is because I just hoarded the resource for doing pulls, and then it's because the boxes they were in went on like sale, because that they're one of the older boxes. That's really the only reason I have it, because I had to empty the mini box twice to get all the cards for it. And a lot of time, by the time you make a deck, it's no longer, super meta relevant. So, but I don't feel compelled in Duel Links to have like some super meta deck, because there's plenty of things to do besides PvP, and the PvP isn't always, doom and gloom. Why am I doing this on this layer? This is not the layer I should be doing this on. This is the layer I should be doing this on. Like, I once lost to someone, because it's hard to feel bad when you lose to someone who, like, has, like, fucking face character, like, Seto Kaiba or some shit. Like, I lost to someone with Zane, fucking Hellkaiser Rio, using Cybers, and apparently one of the voice lines you can use with him because they have, like, the pre-done, like, voice lines, so that there's not, like, a chat, but there's a way to, like, kind of communicate with the people you're playing, is a line that in Japan is a huge meme, which is him yelling Makatakanai, which is I don't want to lose. And, like, they just kept doing that, and, like, I couldn't even be mad. I was just like, I'm not, like, you deserve to win. I accept defeat. I honorably accept this defeat. So it's a good time. I've been having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, no, I got vampires. There's the Vandred deck, which it's the ritual zombie archetype, because they're trying to make rituals viable. It hasn't really worked yet, but they're trying so hard. Okay, is there a way I can, like, get the little arrow, like, doodad? I think I'm just gonna have to let this be, nah. I'm just gonna let that be a flat surface. And then we're gonna need something on the edge here. Let's look at the skeleton again. I'm looking at it to think of, like, how to make, like, in the DM ones, there's, like, this little pop-out bit for the field card. You say that, like, I know I've consistently beaten you with the rituals will be viable when we get more hamburgers for it. And that's no insult to someone who uses one of the ritual decks that are like an archetype built around ritual, like the Vandred deck, because that does make them, like, at least, like, playable in a like it's really hard, like, not quite a second tier, but like a meta adjacent casual, like, not full casual, because if you're saying full casual, you're coming there with, like, Skull Servants versus Celtic Guardian, which, don't get me wrong, that sounds like a fun time. I would love to have that duel. I've had a lot of fun time with just, like, get a random pile of cards, that's your deck, go and try to fucking do something. But, I enjoy, like, meta light, like, not, like, I always played in the intermediates because it wasn't, like, playing, I wasn't completely new to the game, but I didn't want to, duel people with $600 decks, who OTK me on the first turn somehow. Like, you don't get to do anything, it's just like, oh, okay. It's not really, I mean, like, if that's what you do, that's what you do, but it's not fun for me. But, Adonis, your deck is, like, there's a rock, paper, scissors thing going on. I can beat your deck with my deck. Your deck can beat so many decks that I have lost to recently in PvP hell. By the way, I don't actually PvP that often. There's just a PvP event right now that both me and Ven want the card packs for. Oops, that was OBS. Welcome to the abyss. We just want the card packs from it because we, you know what? Let's look at the refs. What we got here. Ah, that's what we'll do. Thank you, Lady in White. We'll, add some cobweb that will, expand for your, Now, some of my other, like, most of my other dual discs have been more mechanical and therefore, like, had some feasible, like, place for housing or some sort of, like, this has floaty bits, but, like, Magitech. This is just full-on bullshit, because it's Skull Servants, baby. Yeah, your new card is gonna be really scary. Gaia, I don't know him, it's hamburger time. There are some decks that, because I want rituals to get good because I just want to be able to summon. So there's this card Sophia, who her whole thing is you have to summon her by sacrificing one ritual, one Xyz, one fusion, and one synchro monster. Everyone thought she was going to show up in Arc. Well, a lot of I say everyone. A lot of people thought she was going to show up in Arc 5, and then she didn't, and people were sad. But okay. You know what? I need Sketch Layer Town. That's what I need for this. Real quick. That was the wrong fucking. Oh my gosh! Can I just hit the Alt key? Thank you. Um. But and there was no, that was the Contact Fusion archetype. There is a really cool shit, what was it? I don't know. Window was in it. It's one of the archetypes that got eaten by Shadow in the lore. I really like Shadows. I almost did a Shadow deck dual disc for this stream. Shadows were going to be my big, like, I was gonna try hard deck for the meta thing. They're still kind of relevant in the meta, but not the same way that they used to be. Mostly because of, again, the linkening. I mean, they still fuck over links, don't get me wrong, it's just everything. No, God, the fucking linkening. I just. The meta will recover eventually. One of the other reasons I really like dual discs is it's like the pre-link meta, so I'm like, I understand what's happening. I know what these cards do, and I understand their value and why people want them. Sophia the First! God damn it! God damn it! Sophia. I can't sing that. I'm gonna get copyright struck if I sing the thing. But God, do I want to. Oh my God, now I'm just imagining Sophia the First with a dual disc. Summoning Sophia! I'm crying. I'm crying. This is so stupid, but it's so beautiful. This plate needs to come out more. Actually. We're gonna do this. There we go. That's better. To justify the break. Maybe not that much, though. A little more. There we go. Just gonna clean that up. But I like the Vandred archetype because I looked at it, I'm like, this shit's just Resident Evil. This is just Resident Evil card game edition, and I thought that was delightful. And then there's the evil. That's a fiend archetype. I want to look more into that because that looks like it's my fucking aesthetic. The evil eye archetype. I don't know too much about that, but it is spooky, and I like that. They started doing more spooky cards that aren't like look like they're trying to be Magic the Gathering cards, I guess. Or like are maybe it's that they're like medieval spooky cards or something. Like I don't know. It was just the Vandred one isn't either, and I like that more. There's just something about like I don't dislike Ill Swarms. I'm actually very fond of Ill Swarms. It's just like space. Being a constant thing going on there. Alright. So now... Okay, we gotta clean up the Scully boy. And then I gotta... Alright. Just figure out how... That needs to come in like that. There we go. Did I come up on the... And it went out on the fucking wrong layer anyway. Damn it. Oh, and this one, to the extent of my knowledge, has cards that are very happy in the meta, because I was looking up, some top deck info, just out of curiosity. I'll give it this, though, I'm really glad that, like, now top decks are, like, things that actually have some effort into constructing them with different things from different archetypes, instead of just, like, and this is the archetype that's winning right now. That was nice. You just summoned yourself. But what was it called? Eldritch. The Eldritch archetype, which seems to be alchemy themed. You'd think it'd be a little bit more Cthulian, but no, it was alchemy themed. And if I'm not mistaken, that's where fucking that's not a name I'm going to be able to say without looking at it. Is it just Alistair? I thought it was, like, spelled weird. The Invoker. I'm pretty sure he's low-key a part of that archetype. I don't know if he's low-key or high-key a part of it, but... I know he is big relevant in, the Duel Links meta. And I know some of the Eldritch cards popped in for, some of the top decks I was looking at. Although I did see a tournament. Now, to be fair, it looked like the cards might have been limited to GX era cards for this tournament. But I saw that a Crystal Beast deck won a tournament in 2020 and, like, had an out-of-body experience. Like, what year is it? What's going on? Don't get me wrong. I love Crystal Beast. I have a Crystal Beast deck. That's mostly why I was confused. I was like, have my children did good? They also got another one of the decks that have gotten support recently is fucking Crystal Beasts for some reason. And they've given them support. That's the other thing I really like, is a lot of these decks are getting support in the form of, like, Kaibaman-esque cards. Like, they went, oh, you like Kaibaman? Let's just keep taking the characters that play these cards and turning them also into cards. I will never... Whoops. When you hit Control F too late after you've tabbed over and it freaks out. Kaiba, then won a duel against the Kaito AI because Kaito summoned himself, and it fucked, it was during the tag duel tournament, and Kaito's card murked, Sharks, because he summoned himself, and, like, they just, like, I just hear them cackling in the other room, and I'm like, Van, what is it? And he's like, Kaito just lost because he summoned himself. Yeah, it was, well, they don't do anything that heroes do. I'll say that. Heroes exist to be interchangeable fusion, so heroes were kind of, I mean, well, they do a little bit of what, like, newer heroes do, but not as good. It's weird. But they were good at the time. They were, like, I mean, heroes have been a top deck since forever, especially in Japan. They've never gone out of the meta. And it's because in Japan, Bubble Man is worded differently. His effect ruling is different. So we actually want to do this. Right? No, we want it to be a little this way. Uh, but, although, to be fair, the deck 1 was also running Rainbow Neos, so they just popped Neos in the fucking deck, and then had a Rainbow Neos in the extra deck. So, like, I was also, like, kind of losing my shit, because I was like, a deck won a tournament with the power of fucking spirit shipping? Is this, did that actually just fucking happen? So that made me happy. Sorry, I had to focus on drawing teeth for a second there. But we had, so I remember looking at the deck list and they were running a bunch of, like, extra deck stuff. So, apparently, because one of the problems with the Crystal Beast is, like, they don't have a tuner or anything. They have a great engine, but they can't really do much with it besides, you can't really do much with it. That's not, like, the original intended purpose. But they managed to bullshit it looked like, into using it as an engine to get some other shit out. And that's legit. Like, kudos. Because I'd love to, use a Crystal Beast engine for my shit. Because I have a full Crystal Beast deck, to be fair, because, and I've always been fond of them, because I cosplayed Hell Johan back in the day. I'm really sad because the jacket no longer fits my arms. I might be able to get it to fit, because it's supposed to be open in the front, so it doesn't need to close in the front. But it was back when I weighed, like, 90 pounds. I used to be, like, unhealthily, like, very, very tiny. From stress. This was my metabolism would just carnalize anything I ate from stress. It doesn't do that anymore. But, there we go. That looks okay. It looks a little wide, but I'll take it. Oh, it's a little off center, though. What's that? But, no, I got that deck for that cosplay. And it served me well throughout the year. Because that was back, I wasn't quite GX era, but it was early enough into Synchro Hell that, like, it could exist. didn't mean to make him, like, look sad. There we go. There we go. So the Crystal Beat, it can't work as an Xyz engine. It's one of the things. It doesn't have a tuner, and all of the monsters are different levels. There are a lot. They're like, I think there's level 2, 3, and 4. So like you could use it to Xyz, but not as consistently as you could some other things that are actually designed to be Xyz engines. And I need to go look at that again and like study like their that deck list and figure out what bullshit they did. It looked fascinating just from that's my like game designer nerd, like, ooh, how did this work? I just want to know. Mentality coming into play. All right. I think that's good for line art. Yeah. Whoops. I'm just rounding this boy up a little bit here. And lengthen these vertebrae a little bit. Apparently there's a zombie top deck right now. Oh, wait, Skull said because he didn't get his choice, and this was his punishment to be a dual disc for the Skull Master. I don't know what the question mark is in reference to. I apologize. I'm sorry if I started mumbling or said something confusing or strange as I glared at art things. But no. There's a zombie top deck that is some bullshit involving Zombie World using it as a lockdown, because I mean it's a great lockdown. It's a card that just makes everything on the field and in the graveyard zombies, and also you could only tribute summon zombies. So if you have anything that like requires another type, it can really fuck up. And then it does a bunch of other stuff. I forget what it's paired with. But it's some sort of stun lock. And I love those kinds of decks. I like decks that aren't just. I like decks that win doing weird shit. Regardless of whether or not they're like meta or viable or not. Alright. So we're gonna bring up our refs here and like get the color of Skull Servant, the color of bone. Now do we want to go with the OG bone color or this newer bone color? You don't remember either, that's valid. He's so happy in this picture. That's very yellow. What do we have? This is also very yellow. That's gonna come out like really yellow. We want more. Let's use this. Let's. Okay. Those refs out. All right. Watercolor brush. Ah! Okay. What actually needs to be on top of what here? This actually needs to be on top in a separate layer. This, however, can all have share one color layer. So we're gonna need a color layer there, and a color layer here. Alright. What am I doing? Why am I doing this the hard way? I have a fill tool. Oh, I forgot a line there. I will need to... Nope, that's the wrong layer for that. I am a fool. Just like zombie decks. And of course I had for the longest time I was running, that was something that really pissed me off about links. And that's something that kind of happened permanently. That's a little upsetting to me because links, by nature of how they function, shut down one of my favorite, things in the meta, as an alternative, strategy. Which is defense positioning your opponent shit so they can't do shit. Because if you knock something into face down defense position, it can no longer use its effects. And Ghost Trick was built around doing this. I love my Ghost Trick children. Truly. They are adorable. And should be loved by all. But links, because they can only be played in attack position, you can't force set them. And that's, like, it's supposed to be a drawback. It just seemed like lazy design to me. It really bothered me. It made Ghost Tricks kind of permanently fucked up. And made me really sad. Because, like, their only defense against a lot of things is their ability to force you to set your cards. And they're not going to be able to punch over shit, so it just... It was boring, because it forces everything to just pounce, and that's not fun. Where's the excitement? Where's the strategy? Where's the big thing? I have feelings about links. Sorry. I have link monsters in my vampire deck, mind you, so I can't talk too much, but, alright. So... And we're gonna protect Alpha. Okay. Alright, let's see. Again, I'm starting with the hard part, and then I'm going quiet because I'm dealing with bullshit. I'm gonna need to go. Damn it, I always do that. Where I, forget that that's... Alright. Nope, that is too small. There we go. Skull. It exists now. Oh, what is your Dark Null and I do on Shark? Well, I looked at the Dark Stellar Knight and I went, fuck this shit. Double trick, just my all face up monsters become dark. Yeah. Oh, just your monsters. Yeah, no. No. Things that do on the field everything like that can really fuck up another person's deck. And that sort of floodgating is a common and important thing in metagame play. Um, like I'm just too emotionally. I don't know. I say like, yeah, I could win with meta cards if I wanted to. I just don't want to. I don't think I'm on the level of some of the decks I saw built for that tournament. When I was looking at top decks, for like big boy tournaments. But I think I could at least get to the level of some of the people who like just drop $500 to make a deck that they Googled. Um, if I had that money. uh, but I I'm just really attached to the cards that I use. I want to use the cards I like. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna like just put in cards solely based off of how much I like it, but like I want to pick a theme or a deck that like I vibe with, and then take things in and out and build it to be able to like assert dominance with my vibe. I guess I don't know. Like you gotta have your IBO. You gotta have them dual spirits vibing. It's just not worth it if you don't have a deck that you like actually vibe with. Like, yeah, you win, but like big whoop. There we go. Who needs Shining Draw when you can just vibe draw? Exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing. You have to be big brain to use some of those decks because you have to like. I'll admit, like the vampire deck is really hard to use on Duel Links because like I can't think fast enough for the timer with that deck because I have to sit there and be like, okay, I have like all these different options, which is the correct one for my situation. Um. Oh man, it's already 10, guys. We've been drawing some bony boys for a while. So what I'm thinking is I'll finish the coloring for this in our next stream. We can chat more about trading cards if people enjoyed that. I hope everyone enjoyed our Yu-Gi-Oh related stream. Um uh Ben and I are opening a card shop, by the way, and selling some cards. We're gonna have some of the new cards that just came out, as well as some recent sets that came out in November and January. You can find us at Shark and Knight on TCG Trader. So by all means, please hit us up and buy. We don't have a lot listed now because our stock hasn't come in. Because we ordered some big boy stonks, card stonks, as it were. As we descend fully into Yu-Gi-Oh! Hell. But hit us up there if you want any looking for some cards, or hit us up on our server, and we might be able to, if you're one of our loyal followers, hit you up with a special deal and make a special listing for you from things that we have from our personal collection that we'll be willing to part with if it's not something we have at our normal stock. That being said, yeah, hope we'll see you all next week. Hopefully we'll be able to actually run what we've been trying to run, which is Duelist of the Rose, and we'll get our fucking controller sync fixed. And also we all collectively stop dying. Next time I do an art string, it'll hopefully be finishing the coloring of this bony boy. And remember to like, subscribe, follow, hit us up on Patreon and Ko-fi, and remember to save your tears, 'cause we'll be back.